Okay, I wasn't going to do a video for this initially, but it was very difficult, so I'm going to do one. I've got the family here, so you're probably going to get distracted. But I'm going to do this because I found it difficult. If you tried to get it, if I had seen a video, it would have been a lot easier. So these that are in there, you just twist and they pull out. You can see there, they just twist and pull out. There's one there, one here, one here. Then there's 6 screws always taken out of here. So there's 8, sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got one left there, I've taken most of them out there. Then this blue board pulls off. So when you first see it, that there's been pulled off, but that'll be pushed over there. So just pull it up over that. You have to undo this screw just here. I'm trying to do this one-handed because I haven't got a tripod or anything. So that screw comes out, and then this piece of metal lifts up and comes off. This one here, again, you have to pull it off of those 2 little white tabs there. That is tucked underneath. This one here, pull off them 2 little white tabs. Then you've got 2 more of those black pins there. So you've got to pop it off them. There'll be 2 screws in this as well that goes into the back of the speedometer. Take that out with the 2 screws which are there. They're slightly smaller crossheads than the normal ones. Once you've got to this stage, you're going to have to undo these 2 electrical clips. Took me a while to find out how to do this. Basically what you've got to do is lift this up and slide it forward like that, which pops out. This one I found to be a little bit more difficult. So what I had to do, I might have to put the phone down, was put a screwdriver and lever it up. Oh, there you go. Lever it up and it will pop forward and pop off like that. So once you've done that, you'll then have this half free. So what you've got to do is just lift. Oh, actually, one more thing, don't forget. Behind here, there's a plug, which looks. Let me pull it out and then you can see. Be very careful with it. So it's like that, and it plugs into there. So once you've got that, then the whole cluster pulls off. You're left with the. One second, we've got to put this down. You're left with the main parts of the odometer still in there. These little bits here will fall out as well if you don't, because these aren't good in. Just hold them with that. So this, they can only go in one way because there's a little notch that only fits in one place. Just make sure they're back in. Put that on there. So, part of the reason I did the video was because I had 2 issues with this set of clocks. I had my odometer wasn't working, so I wasn't getting my mileage increase, which isn't always a bad thing, but it looks a bit weird when your car's been through an MOT and then the next MOT and the mileage is the exact same. So I know that this odometer worked up until its last MOT, which it failed. And then it never had another MOT after that, so I'm pretty confident my car hasn't done many more moon miles after the odometer stopped working. I mean, it probably might have done a couple of thousand, I'm not too sure. So this was 102,599. I've obviously spun it around a bit when I was testing it. I left it on 604.5 roughly. My problem with this was, I'm not going to take this apart again because it was a big job, but if you need to know how to take this apart, message me and I'll talk you through it. But basics are, I've got a screwdriver underneath the needle. You lift the needle out. There's a video somewhere on YouTube of this, so you should be able to find it. But you lift the needle out, undo these 2 bolt heads, these 2 small black screws. Be very careful because if you slip off that, you're going to scratch the face. Then the face lifts off. Now the problem with mine was, you see this red gear here. So that red gear is twisted by that white one, which is in turn twisted by a blue one down there. So they all work for me, which is good because they can be common to break. But on the other end of this red gear, on the other end of that spindle, see if you can see it. is it? Yeah, just there. Let me see if I can get it so you better see it there. So just inside there, where that screwdriver is, see just there's a metal gear just there. That's on the other end of that spindle that goes across. My problem was that the spindle was spinning, but that gear had come unattached from the spindle. So as the spindle spun to try and spin the clocks, this gear didn't spin, which in turn didn't spin the dials. So what I did was I just pulled on this little red gear back a tiny bit, and then I was able to get that silver gear out. I pulled it back just slightly just so I could get the gear out, because I didn't want to pull any further, the numbers start coming out. So I just pulled back just far enough to get that silver gear out, pulled the silver gear out, put a little bit of super glue on the inside, slotted it back together, and just kept it moving so that the glue didn't stick anything other than the gear to the spindle. And that now works. I've tested that, so I know that works. So once you've got that to that position, you can slot that back into there. It's the first one that goes on. So that's what I did. Part of the reason why I'm showing you this video was because I did there was another problem of mine, was that this little blue one here wasn't working for the high beams. So this little black cover pulls off. It's quite tough, so I got a screwdriver just under there and lifted it. I'm not going to take this apart now because it's put back together and it's quite, I can explain it. So this red one, this red one, this red one, they're actually lights. This blue one is a cover over the top of a small diode light. So I got these off of eBay. These are just like LED diodes, standard 3mm I think they were, and they go in there. Part of the reason why I'm doing the video is because I got these diodes and I knew that they were sided, as in positive and negative. I couldn't work out which way it was. You can see they'll come at this. They're all one side slightly longer. So what I did was I chopped off that much there. So what is that? 5mm maybe. So I took 5mm off the bottom of each of these, so I knew which one was long, which one was short. Now I automatically assumed, because these are shaped like this, where they have a kink in them. So I assumed the long side of this went to the right once it had this little curve in it. So I pushed it in, didn't work. Took the clock back out 2 or 3 times, changed the diode, still didn't work. Last thing I did was I tried doing it this way. So that I basically pushed it in, so the long side on this diode was on the right hand side, like that. And I pushed it in, all the way in, obviously after taking my 5mm off, and then put this into the car and it worked. So the reason I've done the video really is so that if you need to replace one of these, buy some of these LED diodes, cut 5mm off the end of there, just because they're a little bit long, and then go long end to the right, push it all the way down, put the little blue cover over it, clip this back down all the way, and then reassemble the clocks, and that should work for you. So that, for me, has solved my odometer issue, and it solved my telltale light issue, which wasn't working. And from here you can obviously do, if you want to change all sorts of stuff, there's all sorts of stuff you can change. When you're taking this apart, it's worth noting that there is a little white mark just there, which is the resting point. Oh, not that one, that's that one, sorry. There's a little white mark on there, which is a resting point of the needle, which you have to pop over and then bring down. But there's a video for that. If you need a link to that video, I can send you it. It's not my video, someone else did, but it's good enough that I don't feel like I need to do one. So yeah, and if you need any of these, they were 99p for 10 off of eBay for these little lights, which is a bargain. I mean, they'll only do that blue one because this red and green are not caps, they're actually lights. And the blue one for some reason is a cap with a little white light underneath it. So yeah, now when you're going to come back to put it back together again, I know it's very cliche, but installation is the reversal of removal. So you literally try and do this with 2 hands to be a lot easier. But you pop that back in, you'll feel it when it's slid into place. So there you go, you can see it's slid. So this white one sits on top of this black one, so you have to put the black one in first. If you're just removing that, you've still got to undo these bolts because you need to lift the white one up slightly. So that's slid in now. Push that little one back in up there that I talked about earlier. This is where, if you've got a GTI, the rubber hose comes from. this little bit here slides into there. That's where the odometer spins from. So what you want to do then is, I'll try and talk as much as I can before I turn it off, but it's quite hard to do with one hand. So slide that little top into there, push those in, push that over, push that one over, push those in, just like that. Then you'll have this. So when you're refitting these, what you need to do, you'll see there's a little gap on the side of that. See that little gap just goes over that little bit there, and then it'll slide and click. Same on this side, so a little gap, so it slides in, slide and click. Then you've got a little one of those black barbed hooks there. I think that's it for barbed hooks. This little metal plate goes underneath everything. So what you want to do is get there you go. So it slides behind, then that pushes in. Then you've got the little flathead screwdriver. That goes I need to get like a GoPro or stand or something if I'm going to keep doing this. This is why I haven't done many videos of me actually doing the work. The reason I started this vlog was just so that if people needed to do stuff or I've done stuff, then there'd be sort of like a record of how to do it, which would hopefully make it a bit easier. But it's a bit of a pain trying to do videos one-handed, which is why I ended up saying this is what I've done and just showing the video that way. Do these up. This is from my trusty Halford's tool set, which is more than its money over the years. Right, you sort of get the idea. So you screw in all of those, screw in that, screw in this, that, screw that in, and then push these little lights back in. For some reason mine has one regular bulb and two LEDs. I don't know why. Someone's obviously replaced some of them at one stage, but not done all of them. So just push them down, give them a little twist, that's in, put it on there, push it in, give it a little twist, boom. So that's it, screw it back up, put it back in. Remember to do this rubber hose before you put the odometer, the odometer thing on, because that hose is really difficult. Put the hose on first, then do the two electrical connections, then push that in, and then just reassemble which is the same as the video that I post up of the disassembly. So if you look at the front of this now, all looks good, all the lights will work. I'll show you that I'll show you the access stuff. I've got to fit this first. But yeah, this will all work. So I tested it a minute ago before I put that together properly. So thanks for watching. Any questions, let me know.